Amazon Web Services has bought DuckLabs, the team behind DuckDB. AWS says DuckDB will remain free and open source under the MIT license. The DuckDB Foundation will continue guiding the project. Financial terms were not disclosed. DuckLabs will remain based in Amsterdam. DuckDB began as research at CWI, went public in 2022, and reached version 1.0 in 2024. DuckLabs led most contributions and strategy. DuckDB is an in-process OLAP database written in C++. It runs inside the host application process, so there is no separate DBMS server to install or maintain. The DuckDB Python package can query pandas data directly without copying it. Duck Lake uses DuckDB for metadata to reduce the data lake small changes problem. AWS and DuckLabs already collaborated. DuckLabs worked with AWS to ensure first-class support for S3 tables in DuckDB after AWS announced S3 tables in December 2024. AWS engineers have shown interest in Duck Lake. This matters because DuckDB's embedded model reduces operational overhead for analytics, fewer servers, and simpler pipelines. AWS ownership could accelerate deeper S3-based features. The community wants the DuckDB Foundation to preserve neutrality and guide governance. Quick transition to a second story about email hosting concentration. Artem Berezin's DNS analysis, using OpenIntel forward DNS snapshots and the Tranco Top Million, finds self-hosted MX records fell from 44.6% in 2016 to 22.4% in 2026. Google Workspace accounts for 21.8%, and Microsoft 365 for 16.8%. Berezin reports Google and Microsoft together handle 38.6% of inbound mail for popular domains. He warns this creates a systemic dependency. An outage, filtering change, or policy decision at either provider can have broad impact. Email lacks a graceful fallback. A rejected message can be lost. Operational impacts split two ways. For data teams, AWS ownership could bring faster S3 and DuckDB feature work. The community will watch any technical advisory board proposals. For email operators, Berezin says new postfix or other fresh servers increasingly face deliverability friction because large providers tune filters toward preferred ecosystems. He also notes provider dictionaries are incomplete, so some hosting may be invisible to these measurements. Bottom line, AWS now owns DuckLabs. DuckDB is pledged to remain MIT licensed under the DuckDB Foundation. Watch governance and S3 integrations. Self-hosted mail among top domains is 22.4%. Google and Microsoft together make 38.6%. Sources are in the description. Full sources are in the description. The register story on AWS buying DuckLabs and the register story on self-hosted email decline.